This is Generation Stadia, giving you that daily dose of everything and anything cloud gaming related, and today we're coming at you with some Stadia news. While we did get a This Week on Stadia blog post this week, it was relatively short and just a recap of the Stadia Pro games. With that being the case, we're gonna dig a bit deeper into some other Stadia related news topics this week. We have a new game confirmed coming to Google Stadia, an interesting statement from someone who works at Square Enix, but first we're gonna begin with something just a bit different. Just yesterday, Sony announced their brand new 2021 TV lineup, and guess what? It runs on Google TV. Now, as of right now, there is no official way of playing Stadia on Google TV. While we do know that official support is on its way, people have been sideloading it already. But with this recent announcement from Sony to fully integrate Google TV into their new XR Bravia lineup, well, it puts up a pretty interesting question. How many of these new manufacturers are going to be supporting Google TV right out of the box? Because this has some serious implications for Stadia, and great ones at that. And it wouldn't simply be Stadia that benefits this. Oh no, you can expect all cloud gaming to benefit from this sort of implementation. After all, Google TV can be used to play xCloud, GeForce Now, Stadia, and I'm sure plenty of other cloud gaming services out there. Personally, I'm fully expecting these TV manufacturers to align themselves with different cloud gaming companies to advertise their TVs even better. I mean, just think about the pitch here. You can buy this brand new beautiful 4K OLED display and it's already capable of playing your favorite games. And it wouldn't even apply to just the high-end spectrum of the TVs, because most budget TVs also come with smart TV interfaces. And personally speaking, I think the Google TV layout is much more appealing than any of the other competitors that it's dealing with right now. And this sort of marketing wouldn't just appeal to gamers, because parents who have children who love video games will also have more bang for their buck here. And all of this is still besides the point that there are already millions of TVs sold out there in customers' hands that will eventually get official support. And this will come via Android TV, which is already a pretty popular interface among TV manufacturers. But aside from that, I also want to give some props to Sony here. These new XR Bravia TVs look beautiful. They have this new system that they're coining as cognitive intelligence, and while it definitely sounds like marketing speak, it actually does look pretty impressive. But that's a whole other topic for a different type of channel to discuss. For now, let's move over to the next bit of Stadia news. It's coming to us via VentureBeat.com, who recently held an interview with Johan Fanese of Digix Art Studio. Before I begin, a quick apology to Johan for probably butchering the pronunciation of your name, but I tried my best there. Now, the game in question here is titled Road 96, and if that sounds familiar, you may have seen it at the Video Game Awards show. It's a new indie game that's brought to us by the same studio who produced Valiant Hearts, which was an amazing title start to finish. In this interview, it was confirmed that Google Stadia is helping with the funding of this title. Not only that, but that it will be launching day and date on Google Stadia alongside the Steam version of the game. Now, I could leave it at that, but honestly, there was a ton of Stadia talk throughout the interview itself, and some of it I really want to discuss here. Some key highlights that I'll quickly go over is that it was apparently very easy to develop on Stadia. This is far from the first time we've heard this being the case, but I'm always happy to report it because it does mean good news for developers supporting the platform. In addition to that, when asked about the games industry itself at this point in time, Johan had the following to say about Stadia. You'll have Stadia. I'm sure there will be something else. I don't know who will necessarily win. Stadia didn't start very well. The communication was bad, a lot of people think it's crap, but I use it and the technology is really good. It's a matter of the communication getting better and the networks getting better. Google won't give up. Some people say they will, but they've invested so much into it. The underlying technology is still good, in the long term it will work, and they have YouTube. That's a big gateway into it. People watch their favorite YouTubers and they want to play. That's it. Johan brings up some great points here, all of which I fully agree with. I think once Google starts leveraging YouTube to market Stadia is when Stadia will definitely have some explosive growth. All it's gonna take is incorporating a Play Now button right into a YouTube game trailer. We also got confirmation that crowd play will be a supported feature for Road 96. But more interesting than that is the following statement Johan made. We have some other features we're working on with Stadia, but we can't talk about them yet. It's more about replay features for me. YouTube is all about the replays. I don't watch a lot of live material, it's more about watching what's already been replayed. I want people to be able to see the game and find out what it's about, and then boom, they can jump right in. There are a lot of cool features coming. It'll make that gateway work very smoothly. For the kind of solo narrative games we do, it's going to be a good thing. Now, I'm not sure about you, but that sounds a lot like that full state share implementation that was initially shown. It's the whole idea of watching a YouTube video, clicking play now, and then being brought right into the moment you were just watching. To be very clear, this is all just pure speculation on my behalf. So do not take that as full-on confirmation, but it will be interesting to see the state share support that is supported by Hitman 3, a title that will be launching fairly soon on Google Stadia. Either way, the interview with Yoann about Road 96 is a very interesting read, and I highly suggest you go check it out. The link will be in the description below. But moving on from one statement to another, this time coming from Square Enix President and Representative Director, Yosuke Matsuda. The following statement I'm about to read comes from a New Year's greeting on behalf of Square Enix. As cloud technologies and 5G continue their race into the mainstream, new and existing platform providers vie to gain the inside track. In this age of competitiveness, the key to victory will be content. Whether a platform succeeds will rely on whether or not it can deliver a sufficient amount of exciting, appealing content to its customers. As such, efforts to secure that content will grow heated, and we can most likely expect a rise in the frequency of mergers and acquisitions as a direct result. This will most likely not only occur between platform providers and publishers and developers, but between publishers and developers as well. Inversely, we have also seen entertainment content evolve into its own platform upon building a large enough user base. As user bases grow, so does the desire for cross-platform compatibility, resulting in massive communities spanning multiple systems, and as cloud technology becomes even more prominent, we expect the number of these cases to rise even further. This portion of the full statement I found particularly interesting. If you do want to read the full statement, once again, it'll be linked down in the description below. Either way, the message here is pretty clear. Expect buyouts to happen, and I am not too surprised to hear that's the case. I do honestly believe that Microsoft acquiring Bethesda was just the tip of the iceberg, and it's gonna just keep going from here. After all, we're starting to see more players in the platform game besides Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. With this new cloud business going on, many tech giants want to enter too. As we all know, Stadia is owned by Google, Luna, Amazon, and I'm pretty sure we'll hear about more companies real soon. In fact, Facebook's already getting involved a bit with their Facebook gaming platform, and there have been rumors that Apple wants to enter the ring as well. There's a pretty good chance that the video game industry is gonna get pretty messy for a while. There's just way too much money to be made here. At the end of the day, content is king, and the easiest way to attain that content is by outright buying those who make it. I'm curious to see how Stadia goes forward with this, whether or not they purchase some new studios or they continue to create their own like they have been. They did buy out one studio, but they seem more focused on poaching top talent and approaching it that way. As I stated before though, I'm pretty sure this is just the start. It'll be super interesting to see it all play out. Either way, that's all the news I have for you today. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful at all, be sure to hit that like button as it really does help the channel out. And if you're wanting more content like this, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell as well. Today's end of video question is going to be pure speculation. Which developers and publishers do you see being bought out? I think everyone was quite surprised by Microsoft's purchase of Bethesda, but it's been rumored for quite some time that Japanese publishers are being approached about being bought out, and that includes big names like Square Enix, Capcom, and Sega. I personally don't think it's likely to happen, but I also wouldn't be too surprised. Either way, I want to hear what companies you think could be bought out. I look forward to reading your opinions down in the comments section below. As always, thank you for watching the video. This has been Generation Stadia, giving you that daily dose of everything and anything cloud gaming related. The Gen S community is over 7,700 strong and growing by the day, and until next time, I'll catch you in the clouds.